Who knows how to market better than Kim Kardashian?
Her company, now worth more than $1.6 billion, focuses on innovative styles, accessible pricing, inclusive sizing, and diverse shades to revolutionize the shapewear market.
Let's dive into Skims. Let's go. What's up, everyone? Sean Azari here with Matt Skopak.
What's going on, everyone?
Welcome to Deep Dive episode
50. Let's go.
Where we dive into businesses like Skims so you could dive into their marketing and business strategies such that you can take these strategies and implement them into your business. By the way, people that are watching this on YouTube, you could recognize this is a different setup, going through a moving process. So
rebuilding the set.
So maybe in the 2 podcasts later, you'll see a different one. Anyway, Skims, huge. I know you guys are going to say it's a Kim Kardashian brand. Obviously, it's going to do well. Yeah, but she is really putting in a lot of work into it. She knows how to market. She's putting the right team in place. And because she has all the money, and not only her money, she has a lot of investors involved. She knows how to hire the right people. So following their strategy and understanding what they're doing is a perfect example of a D2C market that's doing really well because they have all the tools there. So Matt, when were they were founded in 2019?
End of 2019.
2019. Shapewear is like underwear type of yoga pants.
It's like, let's think of Spanx, which was obviously, I think, one of our first podcasts. They are a Spanx, but for younger and all-inclusive sizes, shapes,
literally
everything.
All-inclusive, meaning from like when you say different
small
shapes,
to like 6X.
Bigger women, smaller women, different skin tones. She covered it all, and she's really tuned into the product research, the fabric, choosing the right materials. Yep. So she's all about it. She's doing all the right things, hyping up the product and all that sort. And
sales are ridiculous too. Last year, 2020, they did $154 million in a year. This year, they're on track and aiming for $300 million in revenue in 1 year. And now that's how you get those valuations of $1.6 billion. They've raised a lot of money, though. $154 million they've raised. So
she's not on this alone. Like, she has tons of money. She has the investors involved.
Same venture capital group that is behind Warby Parker. So that's why me and Sean thought it would be a great idea. It's like, okay, if I had all the money in the world, like, how would I do everything correctly?
And
welcome, Skims.
Skims, exactly. And what else actually? And look, by the way, there's tons of celebrities out there that have brands. It's not as successful as Kim Kardashian.
Correct.
Right?
I didn't even know about this brand until the recent campaign with Megan Fox.
That's
pictures all over. That's kind of got me onto this brand. And like, I thought it was
genius because every girl has a crush on her, right? And every guy has a crush on her.
Right now, yeah.
So everyone's like sharing that on social media. So I actually noticed that too.
She's dating Machine Gun Kelly?
Yes.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yep.
So he's the big thing. Every girl loves him. So every girl loves her now. And that click-through.
So like taking
that click-through rate from that campaign, I would not be surprised if 80% of the U.S. population saw it and probably 50%
that's smart
of the
brand.
world.
That's funny. It's not even one of our points, but right there is smart branding campaign. Yeah. She knows what people are talking about, and I think it was right after the Grammys.
She got a 30-something-year-old guy to basically see, oh wow, Skims. Like, I clicked in, I didn't know what Skims was. I was like, how did they get this campaign? Yeah. I even got a shout out.
And what was it? Was it Chloe and Megan not making out, but almost like kissing?
They're like kissing an apple and like the Skims.
Hot
Skims
and sexy.
It was a whole photo shoot.
Yeah.
Like multiple things, but
smart.
Whoever thought of it. Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Megan Fox. What do? Hire her and start build up a campaign that people are going to talk about, and that's Kim's well known for that. Anyway, that's just hype that up. Like her or hate her, she knows what she's doing. She knows how to build a business. So, number one, I'll start with number one.
Let's go.
Even the Kardashians work with micro influencers and understand the power of how it could help increase sales. So, Kim Kardashian has over about 160 million, maybe 189 million followers. Yeah. You would think like, oh, she just use her fan base. Everyone's following her. It doesn't matter. You still need to work with influencers because that helps build credibility for your brand. Other people are talking about it. Helps build that diverse audience that she needs because her brand is all about diversity, different bodies, feeling good about your body and so forth, and building out that UGC content. And also, while I was digging in, they were using this tool. So when you go on their website, Skims website, You go all the way in the bottom. This is where I saw it. It says influencers, like people that could apply if you want to be an influencer for the brand. Click on it. You go through this application process. I went through the application process pretending I was a female.
He wants to be a new influencer for Skims.
Yep. I put my bra size.
Kim's line, Sean,
There
right
we go.
there.
I'm there for you, Kim. So I put in my bra size and my thighs and my hips and all that. And right after that,
Gotta be at least a double C.
yeah, no,
Is
I
that
think
a
it was-
size?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think it was put a 30.
Maybe a small D.
I don't know. I don't even know which one it was. But I mean, I didn't know which one I was clicking on. I was like, I don't know what this. But the next page, it was a way they can authenticate your social login. So you have to log in. You click on a button like log into Instagram, for instance. That was actually, you had to log in there. The other ones like TikTok and all that, I don't think it was recommended or required. So I logged in, and then it pulls in your data. So that's great. They're using that
Analytics, right?
all analytics that people like could actually inflate, or people like usually you would ask an influencer, hey, can you send over your numbers, your data?
Yep.
That could be done on Photoshop. You don't know what they're sending over.
Of course, yeah.
So this is software or a platform, whatever the service that they use to pull in that data. So look into that if you can. It makes it easier to get more influencers.
Yeah, that's a great one, because if you're in the business, I mean, nowadays, every agency and marketing guru has influencers that they want to sell your brand for $1,000, $15,000. And once you've been there, you learn that, hey, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And most of the time, 95% of the time, it's influencers do not have the correct following for you, or they're fake followers, or they're just not the right fit for your brand. So software like that actually takes the guesswork out of it and pulls analytics to really give you the information that you're looking for is a great idea. So I recommend looking into that. Number 2, launch behind the scenes content of photo shoots, R&D, the business journey itself, especially if you're a retail or e-commerce brand. So this is something that Kim K does, obviously, Kardashians.
And by the way,
all
Matt,
the,
when
all the retail.
I want to highlight when Matt says launch BDC, behind the scenes content, it's not launch, like execute, like implement that into your strategy, you're saying, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just it gives a better idea to your customers about how the brand was built, which is now when you're building a brand, like that's what you need. So what they have for Skims is they have something called Skims TV, where Kim K is basically behind the scenes at the photo shoots or manufacturing the products and things like that, which really helps the people like see like how the brand photo shoots, how the brand's created, what you see and everything like that. But I think this is very important, especially e-commerce. All you have is your brand. Like there's no physical environment for the most part, unless you open up stores of like where you walk in and you feel like the brand. Like e-commerce, you have a website which you have to try to give your brand and make people understand and like fall in love with your brand, which is very hard to do. So use videos, use all different types of content to introduce and to try to give that the vibe of your brand to your customers.
Yeah, I mean, this is like creating a vlog series. When we always talk about
Gary V's
creating
all about this too.
Yeah, creating a show behind your brand. Who did this? Oh, Ghost. Remember Ghost, the supplement company? They have this whole vlog series. What is it called? Building the brand or behind the brand? I think building the brand. Whole vlog series. That is behind the scenes content. You create previews. You repurpose it on IG or put it in IGTV as well. In addition to YouTube, again, it gives life to your brand, because at the end of the day, I said this in multiple podcasts, people buy from people. They want to see the people behind the brand, not just Kim K. They want to see the other people. So it shows.
Brands are people.
Yeah.
Brands are people. And maybe thinking about it, maybe it doesn't increase your average order value or your revenue. However, I bet you it increases your lifetime value.
Of course.
Because people just keep on buying to you because they align themselves with your brand, because that's who they are.
They see your passion. They see your passion about the product or what you're building and how much time you're putting into building a brand. They're not just seeing high, really designed creatives that you're spending so much money on. It probably looks beautiful. You're showing all these creatives, these graphics, animated videos, but there's no life. Anyone could do that. I mean, especially the more expensive brand, like the brands that have a lot of money. Yeah. Again, they're not even starting from the ground up. But Kim Kardashian knows this best, right? You don't need, when she marketed herself, she knew she needed, she created her own show.
She has reality shows. I mean, there's no one better at it. So just take it from her. It doesn't have to be crazy. It could be on your phone, just videos. Just start doing it.
Number 3, drive demand by being limited. So Kim Kardashian is very known for this. Also, Kylie Jenner is known for this. Having a limited amount of products available and selling out fast creates that urgency or creates that like
Drives
FOMO,
demand, yeah,
creates
FOMO.
that FOMO like I need to buy it before it sells out. And if you keep selling out, people are going to be like tuned in when you launch your product. They're going to buy right away. So if you have unlimited, unfortunately, some things that like I don't practice, like with Reborn especially, like there's some things you have unlimited, like this is Reborn is you keep printing it, but I could make limited stuff.
Could.
I mean, it's a strategy. I know.
Look at the NFT market. NFT market
Limited.
take off because it's limited. So maybe there's something there. Maybe art. I mean, art is limited because paintings are basically custom.
So be limited, create that scarcity, and that demand, or that demand will come. And there's also tools, on Shopify will say like 2 items left.
Of course, yeah.
That's building up. There's apps for that
Building
that
that
creates
FOMO.
building that FOMO. So look into that as well.
Yes. Number 4. Include add-on products within the cart area or the buy area to increase your AOV, average order volume. So what Skims has, which is really cool, so it's almost like picture you're on their page, you click on the product, you're looking at the product, and you can say quantity, size, color, and then you could say it says buy or add to cart. Below that section, it gives you similar items, which basically that almost they call it like add on to your style or complete the style.
Or like
Complete the style.
frequently bought with this product.
Almost like frequently bought like Amazon does, but complete the style, which is like if you're looking at the top, it gives you the socks and the bottoms that match or that could match that item, which I love because Amazon crushes it with items. Just like you're buying a printer, you buy the ink and it shows you and you're like, oh, let me get this too. But
So did you buy the bra?
Oh, I bought everything.
Yeah, you
The
bought
whole
everything.
set.
We should have wore it. You should have wore it.
I know, we should have
episode
wore it for our
50.
50. I
Yeah.
know, next time.
My God.
100. But this is a great idea, and we always talk about add-on products or products that can be used together, bundles and things like that. The name of the game is average order value, and if you can increase it by showing products that go together or that are similar or that can be used together, you need to find a way to then show those products when a customer is looking at one or the other. So
Agreed. And my next point goes along with that. It's not being repetitive. So ease your customers into purchasing a bundle kind of goes along with that. And actually, there's apps in Shopify, especially, and I was looking to more of these apps that have all these features. If you have a bundle app, it has the feature you're talking about, but also feature I'm talking about is so when you go, let's say they just launched actually as of September 29th, 2021. So depending on when you're watching this.
Socks, right?
Socks. Customized, I think, was it customized socks or just socks?
it's like every color possible,
Yeah.
every length. It's crazy.
So when you go on the link, when you go on the product page, we'll show you the product. Also, buy 3 and save this much. But also, like that's it's like in a little box.
Mm-hmm.
And then right below that, where it says add to cart, it also says 3 for $25, right? That's
3 for
another button.
36, yeah.
So it's another call to action. Not like it makes it much easier for you to buy all 3 at the same time and show you the savings.
It's not like it change the quantity and things like that. It's literally like it says add to cart, a button circular, and then below it there's another button, the same thing, different shade that says 3 for $36, and then you could just click it and go to your cart.
You may be saying like, oh, that's similar to like, okay, when you buy one and all of a sudden a cart shows up and then there's 2 in the bottom. That's another step. You want to skip that step and you show them the savings. And at the end of the day, with e-commerce especially, you got to make sure your customer is doing less. They're not clicking all the way through to the checkout. You want to lessen the checkout experience, just like how Amazon does it. Buy it now.
Yeah.
Speed up the checkout process. You're obviously going to increase more conversions, so that's what they're doing. So it's not like add to bag, sliding cart, and then frequently bought with this, like you said, right, or like on their cart, it could just say, buy more, like what Byte does, which is still smart. It's still obviously strategy, but this is now like
when
next level.
When you want to get next level with your e-commerce website, you have to learn it's a game of numbers, percentages, conversion ratios. So I can give you an example looking at subscriptions versus one-time purchases. If you have a subscription button defaulted, so instead of one-time purchase, it's defaulted to the subscription area, you increase the individuals that get subscriptions by 26%.
Did you guys did that with Sugar and Kush?
No, we did not. This is just recent research that I've been doing. You increase the individuals that choose a subscription program instead of
That's what Amazon
one-time
does. Amazon actually, every time I purchase like Celsius,
it's
carbonate,
already on subscribe.
always on subscribe. I have to always switch over.
Because you convert more people to subscribers, 26% more, which is everyone that knows when you have a subscription business, you have recurring revenue and people forget to turn it off, or you at least have multiple, whatever the average churn life is, meaning however long they keep that subscription, it's just more revenue for your company.
I'm just the only jackass that buys Celsius drinks every 2 weeks, and I don't subscribe to the subscription.
Yep.
I
He doesn't like to
keep,
save money.
yeah, I keep toggling back to one-time purchase. Then I'll buy it again. I just don't want to be on that subscription.
That's it.
But I'm out of that percentage, I guess.
But that's something when you get to the higher levels, guys. Everything that is on the site to make a purchase easier for the customers and to increase conversion and AOV and lifetime value, little things can change revenue big time.
Boom.
Number 6, to increase your engagement with SMS, which is text messages, try MMS messages. So first off, Matt, what the hell is MMS messages? I was kind of confused. It's a multimedia text message. So a picture, video, basically, or you can have more characters in it, but it's known for being basically a picture. So why? Why do I want to put a picture?
It's a little more expensive, by the way. So,
It is a little bit more, I'm sure. But why? Why would I want to do that? Like, what's the reasoning for it? So MMSs convert and they increase engagement 250% compared to a text message, and they have a 30% improvement in the success and the experience of your customers. So remember when you were younger, or remember today, when you see that downloading button or you see pictures come through on the text message, you get excited, right? Excitement, engagement, things like that. It's the same thing for marketing when you're using SMS.
Or you get pissed off because it's taking up iPhone space.
I mean, it doesn't save it, but
Yeah. No, it does.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It takes up a little bit of space.
A little bit of space.
Yeah.
Okay. When you get a picture, you can so much more give a better experience and like a brand and try to convey the message that you're trying to with either the sale or the launch. So like if you look at Skims,
Yeah, they did today.
They have like, first of all, they have like 500. I think they only sent MMS messages, but me and Sean,
Well, we just saw it today. The
saw it
socks.
today. Their socks that were released.
They showed a whole picture
They showed
with
the
a text.
whole picture of the socks and like the launch and things like that. Like it works. It converts much higher. I know it's a little bit more expensive, but
A little bit more.
test it out. Do a
Well,
couple
obviously,
with
yeah.
text,
Always
do a
adding
couple with-
message or like content
Yeah.
or a visual along with your B is going to do well. So it's like some people do Giphys, which is funny, I guess, but it's not really showing your product.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, you could do that here and there, but really, what they do is like a high quality image of their. I mean, I just saw their socks and it took up my whole tech when you opened it up.
Maybe they haven't been on the website. Maybe they haven't seen your Instagram. Like maybe they have no idea that you're even doing socks. But if they get a message on their phone, which the open rate's like 98%, and I think 98% of all phone users can get picture messages. They see the picture. Wow, this is awesome. Let me look more into it. Boom, right directly to your site, and that's another avenue. So we always talk about collect data, emails. If you can, grab phone numbers so we can do text messages, but use a MMS strategy instead of a SMS strategy.
Yep, Shopify just made it easier. I believe they just announced that you could collect this. I know you leave when you could collect this marketing material at the end of the customer journey after they purchase. Like you could have them sign up for messaging services as well. They just announced it. If you want to enable it as well,
I recommend enabling it. We see sites that do it right in the beginning of the website too. When you get there, I highly recommend it for subscription as well. If you have a subscription, add an SMS feature to gain the phone number, because then mostly the churn from subscription businesses is because old credit cards. So if you can get a text messages and get the credit card update, it will increase your subscription business.
All right. So I know we said at the end of each podcast, we will give you a tool that they use that I think will do well and a little bit of background on it. This is a very similar to that Poppy. It was Poppy. They use also Attentive, again, for the SMS platform, but they're also using Klaviyo. But the other platform we spoke about earlier, so Attentive for the SMS stuff. And again, when I signed up for the Skims, the text messaging service, it was actually reminding me of the Poppy. It was literally an email phone number, but it was a very similar layout. It reminded me very similar to Poppy, like how because you mentioned in that one of your points in Poppy's podcast, how people are collecting email and text messaging a lot more. But Poppy wasn't using Klaviyo, I think. However, Skims is using both, obviously, because they could both do the same thing, but they're both strong for what they're like. Klaviyo can do SMS, but it's not as strong as intended. They're built for SMS. They make it so easy to do SMS text messaging, but also customizable. They make it they do everything very customizable based on what you're viewing and so forth. So I really like that product. And also I'm going to mention too, because we already did that GRIT. Was it GRIN and GRIT for the influencer marketing stuff?
I think it was GRIN.
GRIN, yeah, to authenticate, influencers as well. So those are the two. So anyway, the episode is done. I hope you guys liked it. I hope we provided some value for you. If you liked it, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. If you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, if you can, take just a second to give us a 5-star review, please, and share this with anyone that is building a business, a D2C business, or is in the middle of building a business, or they're and they want to grow further, and this could be valuable for them. Please share this with them as well. If you have any questions, you could tweet at mskopak and at Sean_Azari. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you could put your questions down below, and we will see you next week. Maybe a different setup, maybe not. I don't know.
Later, guys.
Ciao.